at our persona, maybe?
Oh, okay.
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 And it really does come clear. I know at first it's
well, yeah, I need to do some at least reading. You know, go on the class and read this stuff that I said I was going to read, but I hadn't because I didn't I didn't have a way in for myself. Thank you so much.
Maybe you weren't even motivated to do.
Well, at the time, I'll have to admit that was true, but I don't feel that way now.
All right.
You know? Okay,
so we've got this is your story. Yeah. We've got the who, the planets, the cast of characters. We've got the how do they act? What is their nature? Would be a better way to say it. The third thing is, where are they in your life? What part of your life do they have most resonance with, or do they come out and manifest in? And those are called, ready for one more word, the houses. Oh. And if you look in the middle of your chart, you'll see a circle with numbers here.
Oh, this one right
here?
Yeah. Oh,
so
okay.
It says 1 through 12.
Right.
And there are 12 houses.
Okay.
And they correspond to the 12 signs of the zodiac. So once you know what Capricorn is like,
okay,
you can find what Capricorn is, the 12th sign, I'm sorry, the 10th sign. And so house 10 has Capricorn qualities, which means work, usually, career. And you'll find that each of these houses has a nature that has been ascribed to it since the earliest days of astrology. That hasn't changed.
That is so
It's been added on to. And so the houses are the where. Where it is, think of a novel. You'd have the characters, you'd have what they look like, how they act.
Right.
And then you'd have, okay, where are we going to put them? What? Let's say it's...
are they going to live on a moor in Ireland, or are they going to live on a Tahitian island?
There you go. Yes, yes. And
okay.
Also, in terms of daily life, where are other people going to meet this character? Is she a homebody? Are they going to come to her kitchen for food?
Okay.
Or is she going to be out wrangling cattle? Or that would be a different kind of where.
Right.
Okay. So the 12 houses, these 12 compartments of the chart, are the where. Where do you meet these? And let's go back to your Venus. You're meeting your Venus, and can you see what house she's in?
Wait, where are you?
Over here. Your Venus.
My Venus is in number 9? No, number 6.
6. Okay. And the sign of the zodiac that gave its personality to the 6th house is Virgo. Now, Virgo serves people. She brings in the sheaves of wheat. And there are pictures of all these. We don't have those pictures right here. Right. But you can look at those anywhere, you know, online. And in our little course as well. And so Virgo likes to do things that have meaning, that are not just for fun.
I don't like to do things just for no reason.
Right, and some people do. Some people say, oh, this is entertaining, I'll paint a picture. Right. But you like to have meaning that serves people. Right. With your work. And I'm pretending I don't know you at all. Of course I do, but I know that about
but
you.
Isn't that, to you it's not bizarre and exciting. But to me it's like I go, really?
Yes, yes.
I know, that's so interesting. Okay, so sorry, keep on going.
So you have, we're going to put this into astrolese. Right. Astrolese. You have Venus in the 6th house. It's in the sign of Capricorn, because all of these rotate as the sky moves. And so if you were born a little earlier or a little later, your Venus would have been in a different sign and in a different house. So that's why it's important to have the birth time. Oh, okay. So, all right, we know who is in your chart, we know what they're like, and we know where they operate. And so here, your Venus is in the house of service, and Virgo is famous for her attention to detail. And you have been a needle worker and a quilter, and quilters, as we both know, are in and out and detail and little pieces of cloth fitting together to make a whole. And so needlework goes with Virgo too.
Well, and I see that also, and I'm willing to fool with the computer in ways that most of my friends just go like, "Are you crazy?"
That's because you have something that you love.
It's a detail, though. I mean, it's kind of
details. Yeah,
yeah, detail. Yeah.
And you have a strong Venus in there, which means you find beauty in that, whereas other people might find hard work. Yeah. But for you, it has to do with work and bringing opposites together because it's in Capricorn.
Right.
This is really all going to make sense.
I know. It's not as foreign as I mean, maybe other parts will be more unknown to me. But this, as you tell me, I go. But it also helps because it's like, oh, Jesus makes sense.
Yes.
You know?
It does, or it wouldn't have lasted thousands of years.
I see what you mean.
And so then one more thing that we are presented with here is what are called the aspects between planets, the relationship between planets. So, and you don't have to look at it now, but this big chart down here, this stepladder chart, will tell you in sign language what your aspects are. Let's pick out one from here. Well, let me see, your Venus and your Mars. Sometimes that's interesting to see how they relate to each other. I see one I'd like to talk about. You have Mercury, Mercury is in the middle of these three planets here next to your Sun, over here, this cluster here.
Oh, okay.
Three. And what the cluster says is Mercury in the middle. In front of it is Jupiter. That's the 4. It looks like a 4.
Okay.
And the Sun brings up the trio. You see the Sun is circled with a dot in the middle.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
So you have these three planets. They're close in the sky at the moment you're born. The energy of the three of them together is very powerful. And if let's say your Mercury was here and your Jupiter was way over here and the Sun was here, they would each be important, but here they're clustered together. If you have, usually it's 4 planets, it's called a stellium, but this is a powerful trio right here, especially because the Sun is part of it. So Mercury is a planet of thinking, ideas, research,
love that.
Scholarship, and they're in the sign, see the arrow on top? They're in the sign of Sagittarius, that arrow right on top of them. And Sagittarius has to do with philosophy and religion and long distance travel and exploring. And so here you have 3 powerful planets that have that sign, that dress, if you will, that garb, that nature, that they're going to help each other do a lot of exploring, going places that maybe where no one has gone before. And
it could be inner exploring too, right? As opposed
almost
to
always is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
because I'm not
inner and outer.
Oh,
both.
okay.
Yeah. And they're 2 sides of the same whole. Okay. And you'll learn more about this. And then the first point that we mentioned way back, this event of the soul, is the last point. Again, we go back to that when we're looking at this. Why am I here? What does this tell me about what my path is? What am I to do? What's the purpose of my life? Now, I think, at this point you have gotten a lot of clarity. So you might not get more from here, but you might get affirmation of what you've already done and who you are.
And there's probably some slightly more hidden things that I'm not aware of.
That's right.
Because I'm sure there are those, because I hope so, because I want to encounter new places.
They will come out.
So I can develop.
I see that we're just about running out of time.
Oh,
but I want to show you one thing, because the next step, the most important next step, is what I was talking about earlier. Personifying the planets one by one. What is my Sun like? How do I find that in me? And there are guidelines in our course for that.
Oh, perfect.
And there are handouts that help you dialogue with just the way you would with a dream figure. Let's go back to Mercury now. Suppose you had a dream with a figure that was sort of like Mercury. It might be the one from Greek mythology with winged feet, or it might be someone researching in a library and all excited about something.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just keep that in the realm of words, but how much better as an artist?
Collage, drawing.
Picture.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Or squiggles, whatever.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
Then you really begin to get a sense.
I see what you mean.
And you can say... Even,
more stuff for my journal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You need a few more lifetimes. And then after a long time, for you it might be a short time, for me it was a long time, you begin to get what the whole inner family looks like. And put them in their places around the chart. So your Sun and your Mercury and your Venus are going to, not your Venus, your Jupiter, will be sort of cozying up together if you were to make a chart with 12 sections, right? A blank chart.
Okay.
And but wanting to put pictures on it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So these three guys would be right up next to each other.
They might be wrestling.
Whereas the others would be out somewhere.
They'd be, here's the two more that are close, and then here's the moon way up here, so she'd be off by herself. Think of it as a table, people sitting around a table.
Oh yeah, like some people sit close and some people sit off, and mentally or otherwise they're off in their own lands. Yeah.
Well, after many, many years, I finally found healthy versions of each of my planets, which is not to say their shadow sides don't pop out.
Right.
And so I did what I'm just suggesting to you. And this is going to be a little confusing, but it's just to sort of inspire you. Here's my chart.
Oh, I love that.
With 10 figures on it. Unfortunately, I have 4 planets all tucked together, so it's sort of hard. Are they wrestling with each other, or do they work together?
Yeah.
And this helps me so much because I identify with each of these parts of my inner world. And if, let me see if I can pick out one in general. Well, here's my Venus, and I chose the Botticelli, the famous Venus.
Oh, right. A Venus emerging from the sea. Okay.
And so that's where she is on my chart. She's in the 11th house, and she's right next to my Sun, which I pictured by a Black Madonna. And also my Mercury, which I pictured by, that's Nancy Drew, investigating. Detective.
And you know, I love Nancy Drew. I'm nuts over Nancy Drew.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
And there
but I mean, you know, because it shows that.
Yes, it's a real mercurial figure, Mercury. And I just have one planet on this side of the chart, and it's Saturn, but I didn't want Father Time. And so Holy Wisdom, to me, is an image of, at least for me, of Saturn qualities at their best. Limits, choices, wisdom.
Right, right.
And then this is the Starship Enterprise for Uranus, which has to do with outer space and technology and surprises. And then there's a skeleton here from the Day of the Dead for Pluto. Pluto's about dying but being reborn, transformation. And then these 4 guys, it's Mars, Neptune, Santa Claus, Jupiter, and a green Tara for the moon. And I got to squeeze them all in together, and so I've sort of grouped them so they wouldn't be fighting. And I feel like they support this pod up here, that they work together. So, but this is like the end product.
Wow.
So first you need to personify your planets, and then we'll go on from there.
That is great. Thank you so much.
That's a
I'm
start.
really excited about it.